Hello, this training is about Instagram features and what they do and how to maneuver through them. So let's start at the very top. So at the very top, you have my name, which is Crown for Success. You have an arrow down button, which is where you can add all your other Instagram accounts. So I have a couple other accounts on here and I could add more if I wanted to. But this is so that you don't have to log in every single time to these accounts. You can just toggle between those accounts. Then the next one is your analytics. It's the lines going up and down of different sizes. That's your analytics. So if your account is a business page, you'll have this, which I love this. It's analytics about what you're doing on Instagram. So it tells you, how many impressions did you have last week or this week. It tells you how many people you reached. It tells you how many profile views you had. It tells you how many website clicks you had. And it tells you how many email clicks you had. So you can really analyze your business by this information. So then it goes into your posts and you can see more. So you can see more posts and you can look to see how much reach you had for each post. Okay. So this tells you which posts are doing the best. And as you can see, all my pink quotes usually do better than all the other ones. So that's your posts. Then you've got your stories. You can do the same thing for your stories. And then you have your followers and when they're most active. So you can look to see what days they're most active and at what times they're most active so that you know when to post. So that's pretty nifty to be able to determine kind of when you should post and when your people are the most active. So you can click the See More button. That tells me that I have 75,156 followers. I got 359 last week. The gender, people who view me or follow me the most are women, 91%. And the most popular age range is between 25 and 34 years old. If I just did women only, it's 25 to 34 years old, so that doesn't change. If I did men, it's 25 to 34, so that doesn't change much either. Then these are where people follow me from the most. New York, London, Los Angeles, Lagos, and Houston. And then I can do countries. If I wanted to look it up by countries, obviously overwhelmingly in the United States. Then we've got followers. So here's your different days that you could look. So Sundays, Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So each day of the week you can look to see what times your people are on the most. And this little grid tells you Wednesdays and Thursdays are the most active. So this is why I suggest that if you have a business that you do have a business account so that you can follow up on all these analytics and keep track of what your business is doing and how your reach is going. So that is that. You can also create promotions from here. So you can do paid ads from here. And you would do that by just clicking on create promotions. And you can also do it from this page too. So that is what those lines are for. This little +1 button, these are people who they're suggesting that I follow. So these are people who are suggested to me. If you click here, these are all the Facebook people. So if you have potential clients on Facebook, then you could initiate a follow, and chances are that they're going to follow you back on Instagram because just Instagram is just kind of made that way. It's kind of a follow for follow concept. You follow them, they'll follow you back. So you can do all your Facebook people so you gain more followers almost immediately. Then you have your contacts, which I don't have it connected to that, but you can do that if you want to. So your suggested Facebook and contacts. Then you've got your 3 dots next to the little people person. And if I click on those, that takes me to my settings. And this is my story settings. Edit my profile, change my password to a 2-factor authentication, posts you've liked, blocked users, promotions, payments, etc. So this is all of your data here. Instagram Help Center if you have a problem. This tells you more about ads, blogs, terms of service. It gives you more information, how to add an account, how to log out if I wanted to log out of all my accounts. So here, the one that you'll use the most is probably edit your profile. And that's going to be because you want to make sure that you have a great bio. So your bio needs to be epic. And the way that you can do that bio is by making sure that you are, we'll get more into that later, but that is your bio. That's where you are putting what it is that you do and what's in it for them by following you. So here's your bio. And this top one here where it says Instagram Business Coach, a lot of people have that as their name. Take that out because that area is searchable. It's one of the few areas in your bio that's searchable. And people are going to be searching you not by your name, but by what you do. So what you do should go into that first column there. So Instagram Business Coach is what I do. Okay, so that's that for your bio. Let's go into the next one. So your logo, my logo here, Crown for Success in that circle, if I have a story right now, then that will be kind of highlighted going around the rim, which it is. So if I click on that, this is my story. So that's how you can get to people's stories quicker if you're already on their page. Next thing is my post. So that's how many posts that I've done. Followers, how many followers I have, and how many people I'm following. The next button is promote. This is where I can do an Instagram ad. And that's a whole other training. I mean, learning how to do Instagram ads is pretty specific. It's kind of like Facebook ads training. So if you are interested in learning how to do Instagram ads, just let me know, and I can schedule a time with you to do that. Then we've got edit profile. So again, this takes me back to where I can edit my profile. So there's a couple different ways to get to that. The next one is where it says Instagram Business Coach. That is where I told you it's a searchable area. You want to make sure that says what you do, not your name. The next thing is consulting agency. That's actually pulled in from Facebook, from my Facebook page. So if I wanted to change that, I would have to change it on Facebook. Then I have my name so that people know who I am. Then I've got what I do. And then I've got more information about who I am as well. So, when you are first starting out on Instagram and you don't have a ton of followers, you really need to pull in your audience by telling your audience in your bio what's in it for them to follow you. So how are you gonna make them feel? Using kind of feel good words is really important. My bio used to say something completely different until I got to the point where I had more credentials behind my belt, like, being interviewed for Forbes and Huffington Post and, being a Boss Babe blogger and all of that stuff. Then I started putting more of my credentials in there. But when you're first starting out and you're gaining that momentum, it really should be more about them and less about you. So here is the next thing here. We've got my link. So my link right now is taking them to my free Instagram training. Then I've got the next button is email. So if somebody wanted to email me, they could just click that button here. And that's a pretty awesome thing right there. Hold on. And I'm going to talk about more about that in sales training. So we'll get to that. So just remember that email button there. Then towards the left is really the grid of how this looks right here. So this is kind of the layout. I could change my layout by clicking on the next one, which will give it to me just one by one. So that's what those do. The next one is photos of me. So anybody who's taken a photo and tagged me in it, that's where these will come up. And you can block people from doing that. I know some, so you can hide photos, so you can block people from being able to do that. I know some people who do that. I don't, because the thing is that when people tag you, people tend to do that with people who have a lot of followers. So they tend to tag people who have a lot of followers, because, for instance, if I put up a post and it was about Beyonce, and I wanted to kind of tag Beyonce, well, people who are she's got millions and millions of followers. So chances are there are probably people looking at her photos of you part as well, because anybody can view those if it's public and not private. So people are probably looking at her photos of you, and they might see my photo, and then they might follow me. So that's the concept of why people tag you. Some people are kind of pissy pants about that, and they don't, some influencers are pissy pants about that, and they block that to where you can't do that to them. So you can't use their photos of you to kind of promote yourself. I personally don't mind it at all. So I encourage everybody that, I mean, we're all in this to obviously for the same thing. So I don't see what the problem is. If you want to tag me in them. It'll come up in my photos of you. If people are searching my photos of you and they like your photo, then you might get some followers from it. Go for it. Doesn't bother me at all. So that is what that's for. Then you've got this little flag here, or this little bookmark, and that is things that you've collected. So pictures that you've saved. So you can save pictures on people's posts, and I'll show you how to do that. So I save nails a lot. I don't have many in here now because I go through them and delete them, but I save nails, and I can actually make a collection of them if I wanted to, because I like to show my nail girl like how I want my designs every time I go, every 2 weeks. So I haven't created a collection, but if I wanted to, I could go create a collection, title it My Nails, and put all my nail pics that I like in there so that I can show my nail tech when I go every 2 weeks. So it's easy to find. I collected this, which is a Beyonce video. So that is really what that is for. It's for you to save pictures that you like. Then, so that's what the notification is for. Let's see what else we got in here. Then at the bottom here, at the very bottom, going across, you have what looks like a house. You have a magnifying glass, a plus button, a heart button, and then your logo. That's just your page. Your logo is just your page that you're on. The hearts are just people who are following you, no notifications of people who are following you, and people who've liked your pictures. But here's a little trick that you can do as well that a lot of people don't know about, actually. I use this feature to stalk an ex-boyfriend, and this is really how I learned how to use Instagram, is by stalking an ex of mine, and that's why he's an ex, because I shouldn't have had to stalk him. But here is how I learned how to use Instagram, and I always joke about that. Yes, I'm that girl that that's how I learned Instagram, is by stalking an ex. So little did I know I would create a 6-figure business doing it. So here at the top where it says you, so these are all the people who you like, or who are following you, and who are following you, who are liking your stuff, right? Then if you click it over to following, all the people who you follow, you can see all the pictures that they're liking. So this is how you can stalk an ex. Just kidding. Don't do that. Here, unless you want to. But here's just a fun feature that you can do. You can see who your people are following. So for instance, if you happen to text your ex, he hasn't texted you back in a few hours, you're wondering what he's doing, you could go to the following button and you could check it out and see whose photos he's liking. So, and why he's liking them before he's texting you back. So that's the stalking feature of Instagram. So here's that. And then let's go back. So your plus feature is where you can add photos. So you can add them this way, or you can add it directly from the photo by sharing to Instagram. So either way is fine. It'll come here. It'll give you your last few photos. Or you could search it, or you could go into your gallery, or you can go into video. So then these features here, this is your boomerang feature. So if I wanted to do a boomerang, I could do a boomerang feature. Then I can select multiple pictures. So if I wanted to do a multiple grid, I could do that and select a bunch of these. And then they would all come up like this. So this is how the multiple feature works. Okay. All right, so that's what the plus does. Then your search button. Your search button takes you to your explore page. So these are all the accounts that Instagram thinks that I would like to follow. So they pull these up randomly based on the things that I've liked in the past and the people who follow me, and decide, oh, she might like this. So let's show her these pictures. As you can see, nail artist, because I look at nails a lot. So that's how they decide what to show you in your explore page. So now what's really cool, this is new about Instagram, is at the very top, the first thing that they show is your Instagram stories. So that tells you they're wanting you to do a lot more video. So they're featuring them at the very top. They're actually featuring them even at the top here. This here, videos you might like, that's featured first. So they're pushing video quite a bit, and the algorithm is leaning more towards video. Okay. So, so here at the top, I can look to see people who they think I might like on their Instagram stories. I don't know these people. I don't follow these people, but they think that maybe I would like them. Okay. Then what's cool is a new feature just got launched a few days ago. I can actually look here where it says surprise. If you look on yours, as long as your location tagging is on, it can tell where you're at, and it will tell you all the stories of people who are posting their stories that are tagging their location. So if I posted a story and I tagged surprise, then I would pop up in this little feed, which is really cool because then you can see who your local people are around you. If you have a local business and you're trying to get local customers, then this would be a good place to go look and see who's in your area. So this is people who posted in surprise. And this is my community. This is where I live in Arizona. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's what that does. And that's brand new. Then let's go. So this is your explore page. So this page, you're going to use quite a bit to find your people to follow or people to search. And here's the different search areas. So you can do it by top. So that's like the top people that Instagram thinks you might want to follow. You can actually do it by people. So if you know the person's name, their Instagram name, you could just plug it in here. You can do it by hashtags. And you can do it by cities or places. So you can search in any of those ways, which is pretty cool. So you can see how you could find your ideal clients pretty quickly here. You just got to learn how to use it and use it consistently. So here you're going to use probably hashtags quite a bit because you want to be able to find hashtags that are relative to what it is that you do and sell. So you want to be able to find hashtags that your audience would be looking for. And here's how you do it. So if you're selling a diet product, then you could look up diet. And when you look up diet, all these other hashtags at the top pop up for you. So Instagram is really making it super easy for you. So they're saying, okay, when people search diet, here are some other relative hashtags that they're also searching that are popular with diet. So here you can start picking these to do your 30 hashtags. So you want to have 30 hashtags, preferably 8 to 10 would be like in the million mark or plus. Then the other 20 should be between 100,000 and 500,000. So that means how many people are actually using that hashtag. So here, diet, obviously it has 36 million public posts. So 36 million people are using the word diet. Then I could click on diet food and more hashtags come up. So it gives me more hashtags that come up that are relative to what people are searching. That one has 937,000 posts. Then I could do healthy food. So as you can see, you can keep going on and on and on and on by searching all these different hashtags. And it looks like it's going slow, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. But here's how you would do different types of hashtags. And a ton of them will come up. The more you keep clicking on those, the more options of hashtags will come up. So that's where you can find all 30 of your hashtags. Then you can search people. Like I said, if I wanted to search Boss Babe, there they are. Six Figure Chick, there she is. So here, these are the people who I often search the most and look at their stuff. So here are other people who I search or that I've recently searched. So that's the search. And then now let's go back here. So now we're just leaving the search page. Let's go to our home page. Our home page is going to be people who we follow. Their Instagram posts are going to come up here on our home page. And their Instagram stories are also going to come up here at the top. So pretty cool. So that's that. Then this is actually where you can also do a story yourself, or you can do a live video from this page. And I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So here are the different people who I follow. And I do suggest that with the people who are following you already, take 15 minutes out of your day to go through and like their pictures. Like as many as you can. For me, it's a little bit harder because I know I have quite a few people who I'm following. But it's always a nice gesture to like people's pictures that are following you. So, so definitely take some time to do that. So here is how you would do your Instagram stories and your live. So it tells you up here, stories and live. So this little button at the top, this camera button, you click on that and it takes you to your camera feed. So here I am. Hi. So it takes you here. So I could either take my finger and touch the screen and pull down. Touch the screen and pull down. And all my photos from the last 24 hours are going to pop up. And then I could just put them up there. And I could write something on it with this button here. So I can type here. I can move it around if I wanted to move it around. I could doodle if I wanted to doodle. So I could doodle there. And I can doodle in all kinds of different markers. So it has markers. So different markers here. There's stickers up here. There's all kinds of stuff. So you could do all kinds of doodling. Oh, that's the Pride one that they just came out with. That Pride one is new, so it's pretty cool. And then, so I could undo all this if I wanted to undo it all. I could click done. So then the next one here, so that's the A in the right hand corner. The next one is your markers. The next one is your stickers. So all these different stickers that you could post here. So put it in my forehead. And then your link. So this is your link. This is brand new. So this is amazing. You guys definitely take advantage of this because this area never used to be here. Usually Instagram, or forever, Instagram has only had one option and one place that you could put a link, and that was in your bio. Now they've made two, which is huge. It's a huge, huge deal because that means that you can now put another link to collect more email addresses than you did before, or to sell more products or services than you did before. So I can put a link here. And then when people come to my Instagram story, then they can click on the see more button that'll be at the bottom of my page, and it'll say see more, and now they have to do a swipe up or click that, and it'll take them to my sales page or to my opt-in page. So that's pretty cool. So that's how you do that. And then if I wanted to post it, I would just click on the plus sign that says your story at the bottom. Or if I wanted to save this image, I could save it to my phone. So that's how you do your stories. And your stories can be an actual video or it can be a picture. It could be either or. So I'm going to cancel this so that I don't do that. The next one here, let's go at the bottom. This is Boomerang. So this is the crazy looking thing that, you know, goes real fast and your face looks all crazy and you're moving real fast. That's what Boomerang is. The Rewind is actually backwards, so it's a little video in reverse. Then you could do hands-free so that you're not having to hold down these buttons, because normally you have to hold down. So if I'm going to do a live video, I have to hold it down with my finger on this little button the whole time. And then if I wanted to push plus, I could push plus. So that's how that works. I could cancel it. And then this live video is actually how to go live. So you click start live video, it gives you a countdown to start, and that's how you go live. You can actually save your live videos now when you're done as well. So when it says end video, you end it at the top, and then it'll give you the option to save it to your phone so you can repurpose that for training purposes. So that's pretty cool too. So these are the options that you use when you're doing Instagram stories or Instagram live. Okay, and this is just your little settings arrow that'll take you back to your, to this settings part, story settings. All right, so I hope that explains it all. I think that is about it, and I think I've got it all. And your messages. So your messages are at the top right-hand corner. As you can see, I have a one message in there. That's my direct messages. This is how people can message you directly. And they can message you from your story. They can message you from your profile. They can message you directly. So that's kind of how this is done here. And you can hit that little plus button, and I can select a bunch of people that I wanted to direct message. So if I wanted to do a multiple, and be careful doing this because it's considered kind of spammy too much when you do a lot of them. So you don't want to do too many of them when you're doing this, because Instagram will frown upon you and think you're spamming people. So yeah, this would be a great way to direct message people to sell to people, but you don't want to do that, especially it's kind of tacky selling to people in a group message. So I wouldn't advise doing that unless you really, really know them. So you can do that, and you can send them a picture. You can send them a video. So at the bottom here where it has the little cameras and the little gallery, you can send them a picture, or you could send them a video, or you could just send them a message. Okay, so that is Instagram features. So yes, I know it's a lot, but just we'll hold on to this video, and anytime that you're wondering what the heck all these features are about, you can refer back to this video. All right, talk to you later.